Good morning, my beautiful souls, and thank you for joining me. I wanted to talk today about the power in being you, the power in being authentically you. I feel like this year has been a bit of a whirlwind, and we've all sort of spent the last 6 months trying to understand who we are, what's going on in the world, where we're headed. It's all very unclear. But what these couple of months have taught me about taking some time and taking some space from the world that we knew is that now is the time to be authentically ourselves. I've spoken to a couple of people who have been talking about the difficulties that they have been having with people that they know and relationships, family, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever it may be, as not everyone is on the same page, which is all right. We are all here experiencing our own journey of life and all here trying to understand who we are and understanding why we came here. I have been doing a lot of my own research into trying to figure out who I am. And it hasn't been easy. It's taken a lot of deep diving into myself. And what it's taught me is that we are all here for a purpose. We are all here for a reason. We are all here to be who we are. As much as society likes to tell us that we are all the same and that we should not see differences in each other, I don't really agree with that, because I think that we are all completely unique individuals. And at the end of the day, it is our individual experiences that forge who we are. And no two people have experienced life in the same way. Even twins will go through things differently. And we talk about nature versus nurture, but I think it goes a little deeper than that, in that we all have experiences, and it really is our experiences who forge who we are. And I think this year, as people try and figure out what they want to do moving forward, people want to have a better understanding of who they are. And by spending more time looking into ourselves as opposed to focusing on what is going on in the external world is where the power lies. For too long, I can only talk in my own experience, but for too long I lived a life that didn't bring me much happiness. And after losing both my parents 1 year after the other, both to cancer, it was a major wake-up call for me. And I realized that I needed to take some space for myself and to look into who I was. Obviously, losing both of the parents was a major wake-up call, and I didn't really know who I was anymore. So I decided that I would take some space to get away from everything and everyone I knew, and to start taking time to figure out what actually I wanted to do and what I wanted to experience for myself in this life. Not based on what society has taught us, not based on what our education has taught us, not based on what our parents have taught us. I think we live in a world today where we are essentially taught to be a specific type of person, but the reason so many people find themselves so unhappy today is because who we are at our soul level, who we are on the inside, who we are supposed to be in this life, at the end of the day, we are a reincarnation of our soul in human form, and we came here to learn certain lessons, and we came here to learn about who we are and to learn about how we can share these lessons with everybody around us. So it is important to not spend as much time focusing on everybody else's opinion and everybody else's thoughts and what society at large thinks that we should do, because that's just not what it's about. We are all individual, unique people who need to be able to make decisions for ourselves. And this week, I recently, well, actually last week, I recently moved to a new place, somewhere that I had wanted to live for over 5 years. And I just, rather than sitting at home and wondering where life is going to lead us, I decided to take a chance, take a risk, and just do something for my heart, to do something to make me happy. And as soon as I did that, I knew that I was doing that something for myself. And I knew that it was something that was going to lead me down the right path, because I stopped caring about what everybody else thought about me. I stopped caring about what I should do based on other people's opinions, because at the end of the day, we only truly have ourselves, and we are truly the only things that we really have control over in this world, which is constantly changing, constantly changing. We never know where life will lead us, but as long as you focus on understanding who you are and understanding what you truly desire for yourself, and that doesn't make you selfish. As much as society has made us think that putting ourselves above anybody else makes us selfish, but it doesn't, because how can you be of service to others? How can you help others if your cup is empty? This is something that I learned a little bit on the hard side. People would take and take and take, and I would give and give and give, not really realizing it, until one day I realized, hang on a second, why do I continue to give so much to other people and so little to myself, and yet I find myself still so unhappy? So I'm not saying not to give to others and not to focus on others, but focus on others only once you yourself are fine. And there are so many ways in which you can start to identify who you are and what you came here to do. Some of the methods that I have used were astrology and numerology and journaling, as I pay more attention to some of the traits within me that I might not necessarily know were there before. And it's helped me to unearth parts of myself that I didn't know existed. And the thing is, it's not easy looking into ourselves and realizing that we also have our own drawbacks, and that we may also have some bad habits, because it's always easier to look outside, and it's always easier to look to others and say, oh, well, this person did this and this person did that. But how often do we stop and ask ourselves, how are we responsible for the things that are going on in our life? How are we responsible for the life that we're leading that makes us unhappy? How are we responsible for the people in our life who make us happy? And that is, of course, no fault of anybody's, but the conditioning and the experiences that have made us feel unworthy, that have made us feel that we aren't good enough, that have made us feel that if we are who we are, and if we deign to be out there and to put ourselves out there as who we feel on the inside, and we feel that people may judge us for it, but at the end of the day, you are the one living your life, not everybody else, not anybody else. And only we as the individual have the power to change the life that we live in. We are the only ones who can decide to make a different decision, a decision that will take us in a different direction. For the longest time, I would sit and think, oh, maybe one day someone will discover me, or oh, maybe one day an amazing job will just fall in my lap. And the thing is, that's not possible. It's only possible once you put the intention out there, and it's only possible once you believe in who you are. For the longest time, I doubted myself. I doubted everything about me, until I found myself in a situation where there wasn't really anyone around me, and people knew me in a way that I put myself forward, but I realized that I wasn't being authentically me, and that was making me truly unhappy. So I decided that I wanted to share my story of how I have decided to take back my power and to be authentically me, and to continue striving to understand who I am. Because once you understand who you are at the core level of your soul, and once you understand what you want from your life and what you are fighting towards, then suddenly that journey doesn't seem so confusing. I was lost for such a long time, not knowing where I was going, why I was here, what I wanted to do with my life. And because of that, because I hadn't taken the time to really sit with myself and understand why I was here or who I was, and not based on everybody else's opinions, but based on who I wanted to be for myself. And it's been a long journey, and it's been a journey where a lot of people have fallen away, where I have found myself so alone at times, but it has led me to finding such beautiful people. It has led me to living on one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. It has led me to live surrounded by nature and surrounded by beauty and surrounded by people who genuinely care about their own self-worth. So remember, we are a reflection of the people that we spend time with. And so make sure that the people who you are spending time with are the people who genuinely care about you, about the authentic you, and who allow you to be the authentic you, not to be who they want you to be, not to be the people that they feel comfortable around, the people that they feel that you should be to boost their ego or to make them feel better about themselves. It is time to take back that power and to allow yourself to be 100% who you are. And of course, I was met with a lot of resistance. People who said, oh, you're selfish, and oh, you don't care about others, and oh, you only think about yourself. But the thing is, nobody knows the intentions that are within you. So as long as your intentions for yourself are pure, as long as your intention is to understand who you are so you can be the best version of yourself in society, and that obviously trickles down to other people. Because when your cup is full, you have so much more to give everyone around you. So make sure that you focus on you. It is the only thing that we have. Focus on yourself. It is the only thing that you can control. And remember, so within, so without, which means everything that happens inside of you is a reflection in your external life. So if you want to live a life that is beautiful and prosperous, and a life where you are happy and abundant, then allow yourself to be that. Believe that these things are destined for you. Believe that that is where your path is to lead you, because at the end of the day, it is the things that we feel deep in our heart, the things that bring us joy, the things that we dream about, that are what we are meant to do in this lifetime. So please stay posted. I will continue to give you updates on how you can make this journey more easy for yourself, but continue to focus on you, because whilst we are out here living as a collective, it is about the individual journey, and it is about where we are headed. And the point of life, as the Buddha said, was to reach enlightenment. And enlightenment simply means to be a light for yourself and for others, and to see yourself as that beautiful light that you are destined to be. The light that shines so deeply inside of you, but that you don't allow to shine for fear of what other people might think. So share yourself authentically. Be who you are most authentically. And just once you realize and believe in yourself and realize that you are that light, people will start to see it too. Because remember, people see what we put out. So as long as you are putting out who you truly believe to be and know that you are, people will start to see that too. So keep at it, believe who you are, be who you are, and don't apologize about it. I love you all, sending you so much light and love. May this journey of yours be a blessed one. I love you.